Hi, welcome. My name is Dan Wilkowski, and on this video I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about the service dog training standard. Why it's so problematic and why there's so much negative publicity lately about the service dog industry relating to fraud and a lack of training. And what I show is it just circles right back to the type of learning-based reward methodology that really fails to meet a dog's relational needs. It fails to role change dogs, because what I show is dogs are more than just an idea about something. It's again, what I show is when you're elevating these ideas up beyond the boundaries of meeting a dog's needs through nature, through strength and weakness, how nature aligns that way through the connection they share with us. When you elevate these ideas up beyond just common sense, then something is going to give, and that something is status, it's authority, okay, it's position, it's leadership. So the whole thing is, and again, you have to look at the personality type of the person, because that's what it really comes down to. That's why you'll see people, say, who are successful using learning-based ideology, and others are not. But typically, the people who are in the greatest need of relational change are the very ones are going to sink because of that ideology, because it does not bring their psychology in alignment in a way that's going to be meaningful, which is going to turn the tide, so to speak, and bring them into relational alignment through strength, through leadership. So this whole thing is, that's why you see people promoting this type of ideology. You'll see dogs that perhaps they are role changed, but a couple of dynamics happening. Number one is the dog's individual relational needs may be lower. Okay, so you can get away with more type of emotional connection and not really see this misalignment really at that level. Or the other issue is the person may actually be a very confident and assertive individual who's using this ideology, and and not really have issues with role changing dogs themselves. But that's not typical. That's the thing to understand. You are how you think. So typically, people who are more permissive and emotional people are going to adopt this learning-based ideology because it conforms to how they think. Okay, it's all psychology. When you really look at what's going on, the interplays of this stuff, it's all psychology. And this is the reason why so many people who are sold out to this ideology, they miss the whole point. Okay, they miss the point of what I'm saying about when people are successful or not, or the risk level. And so if you look at my relational model, you'll see you can just like a sliding scale. If you look at corrective influence and the role that plays, and even the specifics of that within learning-based models, you'll see the risk level go up. Okay, you can track it, and but again, there's a couple of dynamics there involving the personality type of the owner, where they're currently at, and the need level of the dog. So there's certain dynamics that do, will cause this to kind of shift a little bit back and forth. But the biggest problem really is that ideology itself. What does it represent? Where does it put the majority of owners within the risk level? And so when you get back to this whole thing about a service dog standard, because I get many calls from people who actually have passed the Good Citizen Award test. And again, if you want to watch my video on what I refer to as relational or physical response and relational disconnect, okay, where dogs can go through the motions of doing the sit, down, stay, and all that stuff, but still relational change not happen. The reason why trainers can't figure that out, because they're totally focused on that ideology. They're so just narrow-minded that they can't see anything beyond it, so they can't figure out how these dots connect that way, and so they'll write it off as psychobabble. It's very simple. I sit down with people, and within 5 minutes, as long as they're open-minded, I discuss the whole thing about learning theory, and even take it to the parenting level, and it makes sense. You know, you have a narcissistic person that, you know, sees things as, you know, as a supply source, and so the underlying motives of what they do are totally, you know, are false. And so, you know, you can have that type of disconnect, and it's very, very common in dog training. So, but the ability to see it and to see what it is and the interplays of that, it can only come from fully embracing dogs as the relational beings that they are. And that's what this system of training is all about. So when you get to the service dog training issue, it's really an issue of ideology. It's an issue of relational change, whether or not it's happening. And it's the ability to define it and see it and qualify it. So therefore, in a lot of cases, what's happening, the dogs are actually objectifying the, you know, the person that is in need of a service dog, and, you know, people are just kind of dismissing a lot of things. That's why behavior or, you know, response will break down. That's getting back to people calling me about having a good citizen award, but can't take their dogs into situations where there's other people or other dogs without a problem, because, you know, they look at instinctive behavior taking over, right? And again, this is another, you watch my video on instinctive behavior, the contradiction of how behavioralists try to reconcile that. You'll see they're talking out of both sides of their mouth. What I show is dogs are relational beings. So, you know, the strength of that connection of what is established relationally overrides that. So therefore, what that means is you're going to have a stable, consistent, dependable, reliable service dog that you can count on when you need them, you know, in any circumstance. And that's what, again, that's what this, you know, system is all about. So just something to think about. I really encourage you to go in and watch my videos on these issues. You know, this relational model that I've, you know, developed. You know, really at a certain level, I've really developed nothing. I mean, I just show and define what dogs need and what they are. So, you know, I just point towards that standard. But I really encourage you, if you have any questions about service dog training, if you have, you know, if you're having problems with your dog, behavior issues, feel free to contact me anytime. I'll be more than happy to help you out and answer your questions. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.